Josh Allen's UCL is kind of the conversation of the day whenever you talk about nationally with this Buffalo Bills team. You guys are a wagon. You guys are unbelievable. Josh has something with his elbow, the UCL, on his throwing arm. We saw it get affected. We saw the shot that he took. How are you guys handling it internally? I know that's like a day-to-day situation, but how's the team chatting about the situation with Josh Allen, and how do you feel about the whole situation, Vaughn?
Honestly, we haven't been talking about it. Josh has been the same guy, walking around. He's still Will Ferrell. He's still joking and pranking, and his spirits is still high. He's still the same Josh. We went over his house after the game. I didn't even know he had an injury or anything like that. But we went over his house after the game, and everything was normal. And I was on Twitch on Monday, streaming some Call of Duty, and everybody was like,
Oh
"Is
yeah.
Josh okay? Josh okay?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's wrong with Josh?" And then we get the news that he injured his elbow, but from him and his energy, like, he's the same guy. He's the same guy. I'm not too worried about it. If he can't go, then Case will step up. If Case can't go, then I have played some quarterback back in my day. We got Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie and all of these guys. Man, I can make a few plays. Not like those guys, but I can make some plays for them.
Make some shake.
Go ahead, AJ.
Hey, what's it like when you have your Josh Allen, your quarterback, is also like one of the toughest guys on the team? I would imagine that has a nice like ripple effect on the rest of the squad because guys, hey man, like look what our quarterback does day in and day out. Like I can't be sitting here hanging out because I don't feel great.
Yeah, of course, man. And he's the franchise, and everybody watches him, and everybody goes as he goes, and he's sitting in the rehab room, and he's the same guy. He's still joking, and he's still doing the same stuff. Everything is normal. Like I said before, if he can't go this week, then it'll be next week, and eventually we'll get him back, and we're gonna need him for the home stretch and into the playoffs and the Super Bowl, of course, but. From this day-to-day process, he's the exact same guy that he was before, so I'm not too worried about it.
How far out do you look, Vaughn? Because when I was just punting balls for a living, I was just so much on like what's next. Like literally on if you caught me on a Tuesday, which was our off day, it's like what I know is Wednesday 7:30 a.m. I got a special teams meeting. Like that's what I'm focusing on, and then we just kind of go through everything. I try to fully focus on it. Some people have like a more like zoomed out view. You guys have. I think the Vikings this weekend. Then you have the Lions. Then you have the Bears, and then you have the divisional is rest at the end. Do you know that? Do you guys talk about that? About how like this Vikings game is a big fucking game because of how good they are, or do you guys just like whatever's next type team? What is your feel for it?
For me, on Tuesday, and after the game, at Monday, after we come in for half a day, and Tuesday, I kind of take a step back and look at the season, look who we got coming up. This week we got the Vikings. Next week we got the Browns, and then we got the
The
Detroit Lions, and
Lions,
then
then the
then the
Pats.
Patriots. So I know the schedule. I know who's coming up, but it's just a laser focus on the now, and everybody is just gray matter. It's just nameless, faceless, opponents that I go against. And of course, you get standout offensive linemen that like we have this week, and those guys kind of stand out a little bit. But for the most part, it's just different team, different numbers. I just go out there and I do my stuff, and I'm in my routine each and every week. I do this on Wednesday, I do this on Thursday, I do this on Friday, get ready for the game on Saturday, and then we play. So when you got 17 games and you can't really look up, especially if you got opponents like how we got now, and going against O'Neal and Darisaw, man, like you can't really overlook these guys. You gotta really put all your attention on a team like this, even if it's not a team like this, even if it's not a winning team. You got to put all your attention on these guys. This is pro sports, and that's what I do. I give them all my focus. I give them all my energy. We play them. I take a step back and look where we are. What's our record? Look at who we got next. Look who's after that, and then on Wednesday, I come in and I focus on the opponent that we got that week.
Thanks for letting us be a part of your routine on Thursdays. It's been pretty fun. You just talked about having fun whenever you're playing football because you know it, you don't know that. What year you think in your career did you like get confident enough to like enjoy yourself as opposed to being stressed out every week, or were you never ever like that? Because you came into the league, right? Everybody's expecting Von Miller to be great as soon as you get into the NFL, right? Was there a moment that you got to the point where you're comfortable having a lot more fun doing it, or was it just from jump whenever you got in the NFL?
I think my first 4 years, my first 5 years, it was just like football. It was just so easy. Like it was so easy. You come to work. We're going to the playoffs each and every year. We got Peyton Manning. where we play every week, we're supposed to win every single game. We got Peyton Manning, defense is good. I got DeMarcus Ware on the other side. My first 5 years in the league, it was just easy. And then, Peyton Manning left, and I signed a 6-year deal, and I put it on a little bit added pressure because the contract that I had and Peyton Manning was not there, and now I'm the face of the franchise. So I think that stretch, it became a lot more stressful for me. The anxiety, it kind of picked up because, I want to go out there and I want to not only prove to myself but prove to everybody else that, hey, I deserve this contract. I was actually underpaid. This and that. I got all these things going through my mind. Like, I'm the face of the franchise. I want to win. I want to carry the torch. After Peyton Manning, we had John Elway there. It's just a whole franchise full of legends, and I wanted to live up to that. And then I think I had eight and a half sacks. My 8.5 sacks in 2019. I was like, no, like I'm better than that. 2020 came, and the lockout happened. I had an opportunity to really take a step back and look at my game, look at what I was doing and what I wasn't doing. Kobe had passed away at the beginning of that year, and then they dropped The Last Dance. And I saw those guys, and I really looked at those guys, and I was like, hey, I'm not doing what Kobe was doing. I'm not doing what Michael Jordan was doing. And I started working with, a mental coach, Trevor Mowat, rest in peace. And, he sat me down, and we were talking about, all the things that I had going on, all the things that I wanted to achieve. And he really helped me identify, like, the things in my life that had to go and the things in my life that I had to keep doing. He helped me, really identify what's necessary and eliminate the rest. So the anxiety after that, the anxiety on the way to football games and stuff, it was really reduced because I was doing everything that I possibly could do to win games. I was doing everything at the facility. I spent all my time at home. Like my mental, I never got off of football. Like I poured everything that I had into my craft, and I think it created like this sense of peace for me. Then I get traded to the Los Angeles Rams last year, and it kind of rejuvenated me because I'm with Aaron Donald and I'm in LA and Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd, and everything that I had been trying to tell the Denver Broncos about like winning championships and this and that. It kind of fell on deaf ears because I had been there so long. And when I get traded to the Los Angeles Rams, they was like, hey, talk to us about this. Talk to us about how playoff games, high pressure situations, and it just kind of rejuvenated me. We go on to win the Super Bowl, and now it's like now I just feel comfortable being uncomfortable. I feel comfortable, when the game is on the line and I need to make a play, and I spend so much time in uncomfortable situations. This is where I feel at peace. We had a Navy SEAL come talk to us the other day, and I asked him, I was like, hey, what is your thought process in high pressure situations? And he was like, this is where I feel the most comfortable. I do this. I have so many different repetitions in high pressure situations. So when it happens, it's nothing for me. And I really connected with that because when I'm on the football field, like I'm always in a high pressure situation. This is where I feel comfortable. So I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. It took a while. Those first 4 years, it was easy. The middle 6, it was kind of tough. I had a lot of pressure, and then now it's just like this is just what I do. Like I've done everything I could possibly do to have success. I talk to my guys, and I try to put us in situations to have success. If we win, cool. If we don't, like I'm at peace. I've done everything I could possibly do.
Man, that was amazing to hear. Thank you for sharing your journey there. That's a very real thing because you're Von Miller. You're at the top of the world. There's going to be a lot of people that are able to relate to you putting too much pressure on yourself and in doing so, kind of limiting yourself because of the anxiety going on in between your ears. I'm happy you found peace. I'm happy you found freedom. And it sounds like you're getting paid too at the same damn time. That's hey, that's a big come up, man. We're happy as hell to hear that.